It is technically day 3 of working on the transmission. Ain't that right, Dwayne? Technically, it's day 3 of putting it back together. Because yesterday was day 2. You don't have no brake lean? Or you don't have air pressure. That's the issue.
We're just gonna clean off.
So that's the output shaft.
Yeah, this is output carrier, and that's for your park pawl. I've seen these break right now.
That's unfortunate. And that is a
Planetary.
yeah. I was gonna say planetary, but and these are all planets. It's like a whole solar system. The feeling you get when you go to work all day and work on cars and then go home and work on a car. How does that feel?
Well,
Is that a satisfying feeling?
yes.
I just love working on cars. Make sure you don't put those upside down. Those bearings. Oh. Here goes the final drive.
So the bearing's already in the bottom of the case.
Oh yeah, the bearing is already down there. There's one bearing at the way bottom. That's flipped up the right way.
We're on our park pawl.
So you gotta make sure your parking fingers out of the way. They won't let you in. Not by the hair of its chinny chin chin.
Alright.
Smash like if that was funny. We're gonna have 0 likes. No. It's like a mini press.
That's exactly what it is. It's a press. Are you
impressed? Yeah, I saw it come from a mile away. I saw it coming because that's the joke I was about to say.
Oh.
I was getting ready to say it.
You learned very well, young grasshopper. So we just put our output carrier, the 2.6
Overhaul.
on that, yeah. So now we need this. So is that our guy for that?
For the DT47761.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh.
No yawning.
We're tired today, so please excuse day 3 because today is the tired day.
Here.
Make sure this is a special tool. Make sure when you get the wood for this mini press, you have to have only oak. If you try to use birch or maple, that's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Wow, so dark.
So we compress the spring and then pull out our little retainer. Just kind of work it around. Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
They get stuck underneath the tool.
Yeah.
Called it. And that tool is just pretty much to compress the piston.
Yeah, so there's a spring. I'll show you when we pull it out here. That we're compressing the spring and then our retaining ring here. Notice it's got a tapered side. Taper side is up, and service information will specify that as well.
The hiccup.
This is the spring. And this is one of our pistons.
Oh.
Can I get it?
Focus on. Like, I didn't want that.
And we need a studio.
We need an iPhone at least. S20. Samsung. Quality's not too bad though. I think it could be a lot worse. I could be using like a Nokia or something. Low reverse clutch overhaul, 6L80.
Yeah.
Kaboosk.
There it is.
That rotates one way, but not the other way.
These look really good. I mean, we got a clutch kit, so I'll go ahead and replace the clutches. And there's a piston down in there that we should be able to air up.
The piston's down here.
Yeah. So, yeah, we need to. 4779. We need to compress it.
4779. And then you could get the clip out.
My snap ring pliers for the.
What are they? They're in the plier drawer.
No.
These ones?
Oh, we put them. When did we put them in there?
I put it in there.
Yeah, these go back to work with me.
Oh, I saw tools out and I put them away.
Okay.
Camera guy and transmission tool finder guy. Oh, yeah!
Don't pry too much because you might bend the snap ring.
We don't want to bend the snap ring.
Take your pick and work around it.
Ta-da.
Like so.
Boom. Oh, snap.
Another spring.
There's some shavings on that.
Yeah, there's going to be shavings throughout. Blow that out.
Make sure it's oak.
Wonderful shavings. So we just want to get everything cleaned up real good. And there is a seal here that we'll be replacing.
Isn't brake cleans only for brakes?
No, actually.
Shouldn't you be using transmission clean? There's a lot of glitter in the pan.
We'll reset. And
So where do you get the seal?
from my seal kit. Yeah, we
I'm
get to
so
work with the doors
tired.
open. That's always nice.
Door!
Hey, we got an extra turbine shaft, see? You don't need one, we got one.
Leave a comment down below if you need an extra turbine shaft seal. We'll ship it to your house. You have to pay shipping though.
Nothing's free,
Nope.
not even a turbine shaft seal.
Unless Menard sponsors us, nothing's free. Oh.
We got some extra pump parts, but they came in our pump kit, so we'll ship you them too.
Yep. Oh yeah, you can't mistake that.
Can't mistake that. Nice, thick, heavy O-ring.
Seal installer.
So my band's missing.
So you're gonna use the old seal as your band.
As my band. Woohoo! Look at that!
Ta-da! Shoot. Should have lubricated that before. Just assemble everything on top of it. It'll be fine. There you go.
It's just all for effect.
It was stuck.
What kind of TV would it be without drama?
Yeah, I should have like the laughing sound effect in the background when you got it stuck.
Yeah. So So here's where your transmission goo
Oh snap.
comes in handy as well.
The green apple flavored goop. So you applying that to the seal?
Yep, on the seal, on all the places.
Oh, it just helps lubricate to get that piston down in?
Yeah.
I see.
You did what in this cup? Piston.
That's not a cup. Darn spam callers.
Alright, so we want installation, so scroll down.
Installation.
Alright, so it's going to tell us the low and reverse clutch spring. Ensure the spring tabs are facing upward during installation. So that would be pointing down. Those would be facing upward. And then if you click zoom on the picture, you can even... What happened?
It goes like... That's a great sound effect, right? Yeah, your spring goes on, then your gear, and then your snap ring. And that faces down.
Faces down. Yeah. There's a keyway there. It'll match the spline that's not like the others.
That's key. Oh, so easy. I can't believe you just did that in like 2 seconds. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
In the editing, it'll look like that. I'm yawning. Make sure you have a gap for the ring to go into. That looks good. Make sure you wear your safety glasses for this. Like this. Ta-da!
I have to make sure that it moves and it's all the way underneath all the teeth.
Because if it's not underneath all the teeth, it might fly out. And make your transmission make that sound. Doink!
Slap this side in before we... I guess down, that's our piston installation there.
Yeah.
And so, kind of same thing, it's going to tell us how to orient our
2 to 6
spring.
clutch spring retaining ring. Ensure the DT4761 spring compressor is centered over the clutch spring. Ensure the spring tabs are facing down during installation and that the tabs fit between the teeth on the piston. Failure to do so may cause damage to the clutch assembly.
Damage? Oh no!
It may be necessary to apply air to apply passage in order to unseat the piston.
Our snap ring.
It's the one that has the...
Does it call out a taper side?
Yeah, that should be number 5. Just as the open end of the snap ring must orient away from the slotted and scalloped areas of the center support assembly. Ideal orientation location should be at the 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock position of the center support when facing the pan side of the case. Orienting the snap ring opening with either the scalloped or slotted areas of the center support may cause transmission damage. Be sure to install the retaining ring gap at 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock position as indicated by arrows. Yeah, that's ring number 5, which is the top. That's number 5, and that's...
Oh, with those slots facing down like that, yeah. And so they're just saying like that.
And it has to be 9 o'clock when we install it, but it's 7:47, so it's close enough.
Yes.
I'm just reading a sigh. I'm just...
You know, it's got to be a full moon.
snap ring is installed. And it spins. So what's your reference to 9 o'clock?
So this is at the 6 o'clock, the bottom of the pan. And then it was pointing to, or 9 o'clock. So 6, 7, 8, 9. I like just putting it even on the splines so that it's evenly under each of the splines. So now, and I heard this one working. Those are 4, 5, 6, our smallest. It's going to be one that looks like it's going to be these.
Those are dry. Welcome to Nathan's Kitchen. We're here to make some clutch cookies.
Clutch cookies. Yes. That sounds delicious.
We're gonna use our baking oil. You're gonna need 1 quart of baking.
You don't need a lot.
I put a quart in.
Oh, don't put a whole quart.
Oh, don't put
All right. Well, we'll just use them all for them all. I was gonna kind of use this pan for cleaning, but we'll have to dump it back in.
Yeah.
I just want to get them wet. They'll sit in the fluid.
Yeah, no, those are drenched.
I just like getting. So I just alternate.
Oh. Steel.
As
I'll be the clutch thrower. No. Now I throw the clutch.
Okay.
Double clutching. That's what they mean.
Double clutch.
Double clutching. Hey, that makes sense.
And then you want to do the honors of the snap ring?
Sure.
You don't need to hold the camera.
Oh, I could do this one-handed. Brother, I'm a master transmission tech. I don't need no 2 hands for putting snap rings.
Did you get it?
Yeah. I told
Okay.
you I'm the pro snap ring tech.
So some of them you got to be careful. We'll have one of these as a solid spline, and you'll notice the snap ring up against. And you can also consult service information and verify that there's no special direction. it should be
Orientation.
facing. There you go. I like it.
Word of the day, orientation. I don't know what that means, but it sounds fancy, so we're using it. I heard it in the movie once.
Our next stack, this is our 2/6 side.
Alright. Let's just get this out of here. Doink. You keep trying to double clutch. Don't do that. That's not good. What would happen if you were? Would it burn up the clutch?
Yeah.
What? What's that smell?
We got more in here. So model dependent, I bet you. So pull up SI.
SI, we have a question. Because it says 2.6 clutch overhaul, 6L80, and it says there's 5 clutches.
Check this out, guys.
Ooh.
Boom. Noise.
What'd you think about that, Mom?
You guys aren't done yet?
Okay, whatever. He's now you sound like a customer.
Yeah, ideal orientation for this snap ring should be, again, the 9 o'clock. So bring that around to the 9 o'clock a little bit. Get them well under the spline. Okay.
Boom.
So now the install.
Throw it in.
So we got our low and reverse and 2.6 clutches cleaned and restacked. Tomorrow we'll do the travel checks.
Yep. Got that on video.
Oh, you did.
I recorded. Alright guys, so tomorrow we're going to be doing travel checks on the 2.6 clutch. And make sure it's in specification. So that's the end of day 3. Day 3 was a tired day.
Yeah, but at least
It's
we
done.
came out and made more
Dude.
progress.
It's hard. Working and
Are you
doing
right
this.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you riding tomorrow?
Yeah. I rode today in 35-degree heat.
You guys saw that Sportster? Oh, did you clean it?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That
That's-
wasn't today. The last time I rode, I took it to the car wash and cleaned it.
That is a whole different bike with all that chrome.
Well, thanks, pal. Nice.
Alright, see you guys tomorrow.
We're going to do our low and reverse clutch travel check. I've got my dial indicator set up. I'm using this plate as a weight and an adapter for the clutch. I'm just using my stand as a solid point for my dial indicator to attach to. We set our needle to 0 and then we'll air up the clutch. We have 80 thousandths of travel. We'll compare that with specifications and service information. Our low and reverse clutch backing plate retaining ring measurement procedure. And there's our procedure. I don't have this tool. That's just a weight. So I'm using the clutch spring plate. So spec is 51 thousandths to 81 thousandths. We have just under 80 thousandths. So we're within spec. And so we're good to go ahead and put our housing in the case. And make sure our bearing is in there and oriented in the correct position. Slots and our fluid passages will go towards the bottom of the case. There it goes. But when it's strapped in, those fluid passage ports will be lined up with the holes here on the valve body. There we go. You want those fluid passage holes center of the case holes. Install our retaining ring. Next we have our 456, and what we're going to do is we're going to remove the snap ring, disassemble the drum. We'll clean all the shavings, replace our shaft seals. Sometimes you just gotta improvise. We got some alarms going off in town. Yeah. Always good to have an assortment of good strong snap ring pliers. These ones have the grip on the end. This one I had shaved down to be able to get into the holes of the snap ring. And then the grip helps it stick. But sometimes it's still tricky. And a nice tabletop press makes life a little easier too. Yeah, so we just want to get in here and clean up all the metal.
Thank you for the drum roll, I greatly appreciate it. This is Future Nathan here to further explain what my dad's currently doing here. He's currently lubricating the 456 clutch piston housing to assure that the 456 clutch piston assembly pushes in easily. Once it's installed, that's what he's lubricating right there, is the 456 clutch piston assembly. Popped right in, beautiful. Now he's installing the clutch spring and he's assuring that the fingers are facing up to not cause any transmission damage. Now he's lubricating the clutch piston dam assembly, and he's also lubricating the housing to make sure that pops in easy. There it goes. And then he's going to be installing the 456 clutch piston dam retaining pin. And to do that, he's going to use that tool right there. That is the J43074 clutch spring compressor. He has his mini press again to go ahead and... That's not a special tool. That's just a piece of metal that was lying in the garage to keep that center pin from going through that tool. But what works, works. So now he's currently lowering down that piston dam assembly in order to install his retaining ring. It looks like he could have really used my help here, but it looks like he's got it. But I was at work once again. But he's fine. No, he's got it. Wow, what a performance. Now he's just making sure that it's in there by spinning it around to make sure that it's not on a bind or anything. Alright, cool. Looks like this section is done, so I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Bye bye.
Plug that.
What's going on, guys? This is Future Nathan again, back at it again. Hope you didn't miss me too much. Right now, my dad here is replacing all three of the turbine shaft fluid seals. Every time you do a transmission overhaul, you have to replace these seals every single time. The rubber just dries out because of the high intensity heat and they just get old. So you have to replace these every single time. So he has them removed there. He just used a pick and broke them open. That tool right there is the 47768-1 seal protector. There's a screw at the end to set the level so you can get to each individual groove. And that pusher tool is 47768-2. That's called the seal pusher.
You just kind of pre-size it with your hand. Just kind of curl your fingers around it and just kind of work it into the groove.
I agree with that input, Dad. Thank you very much.
Throw the center bolt in to get up to the next groove.
Sounds like this guy has done this before. He's quite a genius right here. And all these tool numbers start with DT. So it's DT47768-1 for the seal protector and DT47768-2 for the seal pusher. He has one last seal to install here for his turbine shaft fluid seals. He's going for the touchdown. Will he be able to make it? Beautiful. Beautiful execution.
Groove, it's tough on. Kind of
And then
as it sits, and then our sizer, it's got a tapered edge to kind of help slide over it.
beautiful input.
Like
That seal sizer tool number is DT47768-3. And then you want to let that sit for how long, Dad?
Just let that sit on there for about 5 minutes. And while that's sitting on there, I'll go ahead and build my 456 clutch stack. And it starts with a wavy plate. And then a clutch plate. Sure it's side under. Alrighty.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Narrating with Nathan. We're back at it again with the narration of this transmission rebuild. Currently my dad is installing the 2.6 and 3.5 reverse clutch hub thrust bearing. Now he's installing the 2.6 and 3.5 reverse clutch hub. Can't forget that 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch hub thrust bearing. Now the weird polka dot thing is going to be our 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch hub. Then we got the 4, 5, 6 clutch hub thrust bearing. And then we got the 4, 5, 6 clutch hub. And then he's got the turbine shaft thrust bearing assembly he just installed. And that right there is going to be our 456 clutch that we just rebuilt. Gotta take off that sizer, you silly guy. Now that right there is going to be our input sun gear thrust washer. And that is going to be our input sun gear. And then that large piece there is our input carrier. Beautiful work.